FastBreak. I'm Harry.
I'm Jace.
And notice we don't have our third one with us today.
Rest in peace.
He's a little sick. He's a little under the weather. So today we're gonna be going over the Final Four, which is happening this weekend. You got the Final Four on Saturday, and then you got the Natty on Monday. And then there's another tournament going on for the first time.
Oh yes.
Ever. We got the Crown, and then as well as tonight there is the NABC shooting contest, and then tomorrow there is the NABC like all-star game with all the seniors, like how the football or college football does the Senior Bowl. So we'll be heading into our Final Four predictions. Connor, who's not with us today, has Florida winning it all, with Walter Clinton as the MVP or the most outstanding tournament player. He told us that he thinks Walter Clinton Jr. is like Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's been all over him recently.
He thinks he's the best player in college basketball currently. So that's what Connor thinks. I mean, I think Houston. I think their defense, they're just very gritty and they just want the ball and they want to defend. So I have Houston winning it all, with LJ Cryer being the most outstanding player, because I think his defense as well as his shot making ability is very good, and you don't see that a lot.
I have Duke. Obviously MVP would be Cooper Flagg. Played Alabama.
Yeah.
Took down Alabama. Very high team. Took him down by 10, I think.
It was
8 or 10. Took him down. So I don't know. I just feel like they play really well on offense, and even it just translates back to defense too.
Yeah,
so
offense to defense.
Really good all around team. So
they are. They have size. I mean, they have a 7'2" center. They have Cooper Flagg, who can guard every single position, and then they're just a very overall well-rounded team. And considering they're starting 3 freshmen, I think this is a very you don't see this a lot. This is a very rare type of team that you just see 3 players that were in high school last season just dominating college basketball. So
yeah.
And then to the new tournament, we have the Crown. Crown, new tournament, big NIL tournament in Vegas.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing. I just seen it on TV randomly.
Yeah.
Seen the Nebraska-Arizona State game.
Yeah. So new tournament, very NIL based. Winner gets around $750,000 for their program.
Really?
Yeah. So it could be very well used. It could be.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an NIL tournament. Payouts for placing and all that. So right now, teams left already in the semis. We have Nebraska and Boise State, and then tonight Villanova plays USC.
Yeah.
And Central UCF plays Cincinnati tonight as well. So, with that being said, Connor, who again is with us here, who's not here with us today, he has picked Boise State to win it all. He thinks they got snubbed from the tournament, so he's picking them because he believes they are the best team. Because they did get snubbed from the tournament. They were a top 45 team in that and got snubbed. So he believes they're gonna win the crown. For me, I have Villanova. I think they have the best scorer in the country in Eric Dixon, who's averaging around 25 a game. Very hard to stop him. He's 6'10", can shoot the ball, can put it in the paint. And then they have great people around him. They have a great point guard in Janai Brickus. And then they have Wuga Poplar, who can shoot the ball and he's a very well-rounded player.
Yeah, I watched them play at CHI. I just felt like sometimes I feel like they played a little ISO, but at times they got together as a team, especially in the second half.
Yeah, if you have Eric Dixon, who can he can space the floor himself, because you can either bring your power forward out to guard him, which your power forward's probably going to be around 6'9", 6'8", and then because your center's not going to be able to guard Eric Dixon, considering he's big, can move.
Yeah, he's huge.
Elusive, so it's very hard to stop Eric Dixon. But if you have a solid power forward or a solid very small forward, you can limit him. And then who do you have winning the crown?
Obviously, maybe a little biased. Took Nebraska. I watched them play against Arizona State. I thought they looked really good.
They did, yeah.
They looked really good. I don't know. I guess I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, Nebraska, they closed out the season not what they wanted to.
Yeah, wasn't great.
No, they didn't close out the season well, and they played just poor.
Yeah.
Like, they played like they didn't want to make the tournament. Like, they had around 5 to 6 games to win 2 of those. One of them was against a ranked team in Michigan, and all the others were against teams that didn't even make the semifinals in the Big Ten tournament. So I feel like in that case, if you have to win 2 out of 5 to like mediocre teams, and you can't do that with your season or like March Madness on the line, I think they kind of went into this game with something to prove. Went into this tournament with something to prove. I mean, beating Georgetown last night by like 20,
that was big.
And then beating Arizona State. That was a good game up until like around the last 2-3 minutes, and then Nebraska started pulling away. But you have Bryce Williams, also a really good scorer.
He went off against Arizona State.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing him every time he got the ball, he scored.
Yeah, he can shoot it. He can. When I watch the games, I always find him going to the post.
Yeah.
Or, like going to the post and hitting a little fadeaway, maybe trying to like space the four. So all that. And then for like the Senior Bowl tonight for college basketball, there's two events going on. There's the dunk contest and the 3-point contest. So in the 3-point contest, Stephen Ashworth from Creighton, Cam Carter from LSU, Caleb Grill from Missouri, Patrick McCaffrey from Butler, Tyler McGee from one of the most picked upsets in the tournament in University of California, San Diego, John Poulikides from Yale, Payne Sanford from Iowa, and Jalen Sulinger from Kent State. For Connor, he has John Poulikides, who's from Yale, shooting 40.8% from the 3-point line. Yale was also a pretty popular pick for an upset against Texas A&M. Poulikides was on the same team as Danny Wolf for Michigan last year. Went and beat upset Auburn last year, so he can definitely shoot the ball. Who do you have?
I have Peyton Sanford. I remember he went to high school in Iowa, and I remember watching him like just a while ago because we were out there. And I just been watching him recently. I just feel like he makes in game a lot of contested shots.
Yeah.
So I just think it'll translate easily to just these open shots.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He's a bucket getter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video yesterday, and it was like the players from like Waukee, which is the high school in Iowa they played, and they had like Tucker DeVries, who's now on Indiana, Omaha Ballou, who's on Wake Forest, Peyton Sanford and his brother Price. So, and then I have I'm a little bit of a homer here, a little bit of a Creighton fan, so I went with Stephen Ashworth. He's shooting 37.4%. I was seeing one of his Instagram stories today, and he went perfect from the corner, so feeling really confident in him today. But I think this will be a little fun event. I remember watching it a couple years ago with another Creighton player, Alex O'Connell, who was doing the dunk contest. The dunk contest, I find the 3-point contest a little more fun.
Yeah, I thought there was way more competition.
There's way more competition because usually in the dunk contest you could tell who's gonna win within like the first after the first round or after the first 2. So I find the 3-point shooting way more competitive and way more entertaining to watch because every shot matters. Like if you even if you go 0 for 10 for your first 10, if you pull it through in the last 3 racks, I mean you can definitely like put something.
And definitely Stephen Ashworth, I feel like he didn't miss any threes in the tournament.
No.
So yeah, that's a really good pick.
Yeah, I feel like if he's on,
he was hitting everything.
It's gonna be very hard to beat him. But I feel like a sleeper for this is Patrick McCaffrey from Butler. I mean, Butler coming off a tough loss yesterday to Boise State in the Crown. He was playing in it, so it's a quick little turnaround for him from playing a game last night to going to San Antonio to participate in this 3-point shooting contest. And then for the actual game that's happening tomorrow, there's two teams. You have the Division I All-Stars, the East team, and you have the West team. Some of the players that are very notable on the East, you have Caleb Grill, who's in the three-point shooting contest. Zach Freemantle from Xavier, David Jobla from Marquette, and the 8-7 player of the year, Max Shulga. VCU, I mean, they were I thought they were going to be I thought they were going to make a run in the tournament, but Max Shulga is very good, as well as Caleb Grill and Zach Freemantle. Zach Freemantle, it feels like he's been in college for the past 6-7 years, so it's very. I think it's also fun to watch because it's like these are the last time these players are gonna like be in their college jerseys, and it's just fun to like watch all these players.
They're gonna all play together,
all play together and just. Especially for Tamar Bates and Caleb Grill, they're both on the same team for this thing, so it'll be the last time they play together. And then West All-Stars, you have Steven Ashley from Creighton, or like the Noble players, you have Steven Ashley from Creighton, you have Jemiah Neal from Creighton, Eddie Wanya, Tate Jones from UC San Diego, one of the also picked upsets. Wade Taylor IV, who's top 5 in Texas A&M scoring. So there's some very well-known names.
Yeah. Speaking of Jemiah Neal, I was talking to Connor the other day. Do you think it's like if like he could go to the NBA and like I know he started to heat up like really late, yeah. But then like watching him in the tournament, he just played really, really good.
Yeah, I feel like maybe if he was because I heard something about them trying to get him another year, but I don't think it'll happen.
Really?
Yeah. But I think if he stayed 2 years in Creighton's system, because Creighton's known for the second year really blossoming players like they did Steven Ashworth. Like Steven Ashworth was just averaging around 10 points per game last year.
Yeah.
And this year he's averaging 17. So he made a big jump. Jemiah Neal, even in this later part of the season, made a big jump.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he had to step up when Pop Isaacs needed to have hip surgery. So he needed to step up, and he really did later on in the season, dropping like 30 in the first round of the tournament, doing the controversial dunk against UConn. Who he played. He was kind of UConn's killer this year.
Really?
Like, ever since their first UConn game when they went to Connecticut and they beat them, he dropped, I think, 30 there, too.
Did he?
Yeah, so I think that was his start of actually, like, playing, like, really well. And that was his, like, okay, I'm thriving, so.
Yeah, if he can get another year there, I would like to watch that. Yeah. I like watching him play.
He's very fun to watch because it's like when he drives the lane, you never know when he's just going to go up and just try to dunk on somebody. But, yeah, so, I mean, not much happening earlier this week that we could talk about.
It's been kind of slow.
It's been very slow, but we'll be back next week to talk about the Natty.
Yeah. Got him this weekend.
We'll catch up on some transfer portal news.
Definitely.
But thank you for listening to Fast Break. That was on like 13 minutes, but oh well. It's all right. Connor will.